Morning, Robin, Leslie, and our good buddy, Josh Wilson, who's been hanging out with us this morning. I don't know if you caught it earlier, but this guy just mastered that guitar and brought us all to school, you know?
Yeah.
Rob, you taught me everything I know.
Yeah, sure I did. And then he said, okay, now I'm not going to do that.
So, Josh, what is the first instrument that you played? Was it the guitar?
Piano.
Piano.
Yeah, my parents put me in piano lessons in 4th grade, and I hated it, but they kept sending me, and eventually I started to kind of catch on and enjoy it. And then 6th and 7th grade, I started guitar and drums and got into a band. And
Now you play everything.
yeah.
Okay.
It was well, I don't play everything.
Yeah.
but
Close to it. I mean,
a
30
few-
instruments
a few,
up on your
A few
stage.
stringed instruments.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah.
So we were talking about airport stories. Because one time he actually had to sing to calm down a crowd in an airport
What?
in
Yes.
LaGuardia.
This was the scariest concert I've ever done.
Oh.
Here's why. We were in the Newark airport headed to India. A group of singers and songwriters, we were going on a trip over there to work with some churches and pastors. So the airport terminal gets shut down by TSA. They're saying to everybody, get out of the airport, get out of the airport. So we're kind of scary. We have no idea what's going on. So they send us out of the secured area, and they sit us down, and they say, wait here until we figure out what's going on. Well, wait here turned into like 6 hours. So there's just thousands of people sitting, waiting to figure out what's going on. And people were disgruntled, to say the least. And my friend says, hey, you should stand up and play a song. And I look at him, and I look at the disgruntled passengers, and I say, you're crazy, man. I'm not going to do it. Then my wife, who we'd been married a few months, she says, yeah, you should do it. And then I'm thinking, oh, great. Now I have to do it to impress my newlywed wife. So I once again look at the passengers all holding luggage that they can throw at my head if they so desire. And I say, okay, I'm going to do this. And I stand up and I said, okay, I need to play a song that everybody knows so everyone can sing along. So I picked Hey Jude by the Beatles. And I started playing, and I realized quickly I don't know Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Oh.
And so I was like, I got to get to the na-nas as fast as I can. So I did. And everyone at the end, sure enough, na-na-na-na-na-na, sang along and danced. And there was much rejoicing in the land. And nobody threw a suitcase at my head.
No, but they did take a video.
Yes.
Somebody whipped out a phone.
Yeah, my wife actually. She filmed it, and I just put it on my YouTube channel. And by the time, it's crazy, by the time we finally got to India, it had gone viral. And my manager had called me, and he said, hey, can you do an interview with Inside Edition? And I'm like, I'm in India. So I didn't get to follow up on any of those interviews, but it did kind of go viral on my YouTube site. So
That's
you know
so
how
funny.
many?
Because I heard about that, but I didn't know it was you.
it was a few, between all the places that got posted, it was a few million. I mean, it
Oh,
was...
my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
It was my 15 minutes of fame, and it wasn't even one of my songs. So
And you didn't even know the words.
yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of butchered
got
it.
the nanas down
That's
pretty
funny.
good.
Yeah, I can.
And then you had a recent episode at an airport
Oh yeah,
with your guitar.
Well, yeah, I carry my guitar onto the plane because I don't want to check it lest it get broken. It's my baby and my livelihood, and so I carry it on. And usually there's plenty of room in the overhead bin. I always pay for the priority boarding so I can get a good spot for it. And there was this one flight where this lady was late, and the flight was boarded. I had my guitar in a bin. She comes on. She's just kind of furious because she's late. She's looking for a place for her bag in the overhead bin. And she's just angry. She goes, whose guitar is this? And I kind of just duck my head and look away. Whose guitar is this? And I don't say anything, And so they have to gate check her bag, and she's just so mad. And we fly and land, and I kind of grab my guitar and slink off the plane as quick as I can. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to that lady. So I'm walking down the gateway, and I get 3 gates down, and I feel this firm tap on my shoulder. And I turn around, and it's this lady. And she goes, you're rude. And I said, excuse me. She said, you're rude. You put your guitar in the overhead bin. And I said, well, the airline let me do that. I paid extra to get on early. And until I had about an hour layover, she followed me around for an
No
entire
way.
hour giving me this dirty look. I was really scared.
Oh, my
but
goodness.
fortunately, we didn't have another flight together, and I never saw her again.
Right. And then you took your
Whoa.
guitar out and did Hey Jude.
Yeah.
And everything was
So let
better.
me play you a song. No, she would have thrown her bag at me had I done that. Well, except she didn't have it because she gate checked
You
it.
gate checked it and couldn't have it
Because of
anymore.
you.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is 8:54. We're catching up with Josh Wilson, who has a brand new song out, Carry Me.
Yeah, you know what? This song means a lot to me because it's a very personal song. It's something I've been dealing with for the past 6 or 8 months. About 8 months ago, I woke up really lightheaded and dizzy, not knowing what was going on. It lasted all day, lasted 2 days, 3 days, and on the 4th day I said, well, I need to go see a doctor. I don't know what's happening. And I walked into a store that day and almost blacked out. And so I got back in my car and I called my wife and I said, I think I need to go see somebody. And by this time, my chest was hurting and my left arm were just pounding and I was having trouble breathing. So this is heart attack symptoms. And I said, we need to go to the ER. So we go, and they said, your heart's fine, but we think you've had a massive panic attack, which I've never had in my life. And I was grateful that it wasn't my heart, and I thought, okay, this is a one-time event. I'm glad that's over. But it wasn't a one-time event. It started happening daily, and even in the middle of the night, I'd wake up where I can't feel my arms and legs, and I'm having trouble breathing for 30 minutes. And it's been a really scary time, and the crazy thing was I wasn't consciously stressed about anything. It just sort of came on in these waves of panic. And this has really taught me how to rely on the Lord, because I think so many times in life we feel like we have it all together and we're in control. But it's kind of taken this anxiety and panic to teach me to really rely on Jesus. And over the past few months, it's gotten better. I've gotten some good help, good doctors. I've changed my diet a lot. Certainly a lot of prayer and leaning on the Lord. But, you know, we always say Jesus is all that we need, but I really learned that because he was truly all that I had in those moments. And so this song is just a confession that we all need Jesus to carry us no matter what we're going through.
Here it is, Josh Wilson and Carry Me. Thanks for the time this morning, Josh.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.